be stick figures next time. People walking, and there'll be little disc frisbee. Okay. Last item on our agenda is item 12, amending the city policy concerning placement of signs.
Mr. Mayor, Deputy City Attorney Barnhill will assist on this matter.
Very good. And I'll read the staff recommendation. The recommendation is that the City Council adopt resolution number 5103, amending the city's banner policy and rescinding resolution number 1073, which was enacted in 1980.
Thank you, Mayor. That's what we're asking for this evening, is your adoption of a revised policy. As indicated, resolution number 1073 has guided the city for many, many years, and now we believe is out of date and requires updating. The city essentially has two types of policies in this area. We have administrative policies that we adopt internally. The city manager enacts those for instructions to staff on how to do certain business or operate certain functions. This kind of policy is the next level up, where the City Council will adopt it by resolution to address a certain use of public facility or property, so it rises to a higher level of importance, and that's why we're bringing it before you. Resolution 1073 was very specific. It was specific to allowing signs to be displayed, private signs to be displayed on public property on Linden Avenue. Apparently the city historically had a couple of steel cables that were strung across Linden Avenue, and the city permitted nonprofit agencies and other groups to hang signs announcing their fundraisers or community events, events that benefited the community. And so for that reason the city allowed these things. It was not a place where general speech was permitted. So that's an important distinction that if you have questions on it, Deputy City Attorney Barnhill can address. But it's important to note that this was a very limited place under special circumstances where the city allowed private display of signs specifically for functions and benefits to the community. So that was back in 1980. That practice was codified in policy. Much time passed, the cables went away, and in lieu of that program, the city was seeking other locations where these nonprofits could display or advertise for their fundraising events, and the city chose the pool fence, the community pool fence at Carpinteria Avenue, and so for many years that's occurred. We then began looking at the policy that was related to that some years ago, and determined that an update to that policy at this time was appropriate for a couple of reasons. One, simply to reflect the new location. The other policy, as I mentioned, was very specific to the location on Linden Avenue. We now wanted to expand that to include the community pool fence. So we could still allow for, and there's some occasions where we do allow for, cable signs to be put up on Linden Avenue. The Avocado Festival is an example of that. But we also more regularly allow for advertisements for special events on the pool fence. There's also a couple of other, or at least one other place where we allow that. That's at the kiosks at the seal fountain on Linden Avenue. So we wanted to make sure to reflect that here. So the purpose, first and foremost, was to expand and identify more accurately the locations where we allow this type of advertising. And secondly, to clarify the policy, to make it perfectly clear that this was a very limited opportunity for advertisements for specific purposes that the city had determined provided a public benefit. And so that's the policy that we drafted for your consideration tonight, and that would be adopted through resolution number 5103. That concludes my report, Mayor.
Okay, let me ask first if there are any members of the public that are here to address the council on this item. Please step forward.
I'm one of those lucky people.
Could you state your, I'm sorry, state your name for the record.
Okay, I was going to do that next. My name is Suzy Wade, and I am the owner of Beach Stars Gymnastics here in Carpinteria. And I am one of those lucky people who has a job that makes a difference in people's lives. Best of all, it's little people's lives. and I teach kids age 18 months to 16 years of age, and I've been open for a little over 3 years. We teach boys and girls to have fun getting strong. We teach them strength, balance, confidence, and about healthy food choices. I believe that gymnastics benefits every child, no matter their size or physical abilities. I teach 7 different children with disabilities, children who are overweight, underweight, shy, hyper, preschoolers, teenage girls, and very active 6 to 12-year-old boys. We have a Super Kids program where we give toys to kids who do exercises at home. I've been told that I'm not able to advertise this amazing program on the pool fence alongside the other sports because I'm not nonprofit. What does profit or nonprofit have to do with the health of our children? I look around town and I see so many empty businesses, and it hits so close to my heart because I'm also struggling to make it in this town. Because I'm not nonprofit, I am not able to put my flyers in the schools. I can't put a sign on the town fence. I can't get help that way. I just drive past the fence every day and look at the signs of the other sports hanging on that fence. I teach more Montecito and Santa Barbara kids than Carpinteria kids. I bring over 100 families from those towns into Carpinteria every week. The Montecito YMCA is asking me to run their gymnastics program because they believe what we are doing is so great for kids. AYSO soccer killed me this fall. I need to have a sign up on that fence also. I won't make it next year if I have another fall like the last one. We have an annual Star Kids show every year, and I would love for the town to come watch these amazing kids. 97 kids received trophies last year from age 2 to 16. I will never get rich teaching gymnastics. That is not why I do it. I love teaching children to love the sport that gave me the confidence to stand up in front of you guys today. I love this town, but if I'm going to keep this program in Carpinteria for these kids, I need your support. Thank you.
Okay. Questions from council members? No? Comments?
No.
Staff response to that question or comment? None?
Now, Mr. Mayor, I know that when we had, it's always been the nonprofits across Linden Avenue, and I'm sure Greg remembers when we had that banner that was always across announcing either the Lions Club picnic or the carnival at St. Joseph's. But when we did our MSI cost study back in the 90s, we found that the cost of putting that banner up, bringing a truck out with a boom truck and a crew to set it in place, just became cost prohibitive. So that's why one of the reasons we moved to the pool fence and allowed the nonprofits to put up there. And unfortunately, Ms. Wade, you're kind of caught there. You do help the kids, but again, it's for profit that you do this, and the public advertising is for nonprofits, and whether it's AYSO or Little League or the swim club down at the beach, junior lifeguards, they're all nonprofits. So that's why we've always allowed that. My suggestion would be you contact Girls Inc. or Boys and Girls Club, and they've got places for advertising there. So you might try them as well. But I think we need to stick with that nonprofit, because if you start allowing anybody to advertise on that pool fence, it'll get out of control. So,
Well, it becomes a question then of where you do draw the line.
yeah.
Further council member comments? Mr. Armendariz?
Yeah, I can appreciate, thank you, Mayor, I can appreciate that this is a finite resource. Dave, my recollection is that somebody came to the city and protested this several months ago. I think you and I discussed it. Was there any resolution to that particular complaint? I don't even now remember what the specifics of it was, but it occurred. My recollection is that somebody did protest that they weren't allowed to do this, and we explored